I mean, Henry is like, I guess he's a jack of all trades, right? He's an alchemist, he's a blacksmith, he's a soldier, he's a diplomat, and he's also a homicide detective too. Welcome back, everybody, to Kingdom 2. I'm the Bearded OG, and we are picking up right where we left off. We are continuing our serial killer murder investigation homicide dateline thingamadoodle, which has been kind of fun, actually, to do this, even though it seems, I don't know. I mean, Henry is like, I guess he's a jack of all trades, right? He's an alchemist, he's a blacksmith, he's a soldier, he's a diplomat, and he's also a homicide detective, too. So why not, right? Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Lumiere.
I found out some interesting things about those murders. Just like you said.
That's wonderful news. But wait a while. I promised Catherine we'd wait for her.
You know Catherine?
She came to see me soon after you did, and started asking me questions. Just like you.
Will you send for her? So, we're all here.
I hope nobody else shows up. How did it go?
I reckon I've found out all I can.
And do you know who the murderer is?
Not exactly, but I have a few ideas.
I've asked around a bit, and I have my own suspicions.
Is that so? See, I was trying to recall some more details, and I had someone come to mind as well.
Oh, I didn't do all this for nothing, did I?
Well,
All right. Yeah, what does Lumiere have to say?
Well, who do you suspect now?
Well, I'd say William did it.
I don't think so.
You can't be serious.
Yep.
He's innocent.
Uh-huh. And who do you think it was?
Prokop. I'm sure of it.
No. Really? That's impossible. It couldn't have been him.
So I see we disagree. Too bad. We could have been done with it quickly.
Well, who do you think it was then?
I'm not entirely sure. First, I'll tell you what I found out, and then it might be easier for us.
Go on then. Starting with who?
All right, yeah, let's talk about Yarka.
Let's talk about Yarka, the one raised by Father Prokop.
What did you learn about her?
Prokop didn't just raise her out of the goodness of his heart. He was actually her uncle.
Really? But he still could have killed her.
His own relative?
Why not? He's a priest. I'm sure he knows the story of Cain and Abel.
I love it. Okay.
Prokop also admitted that he didn't know how to handle her, and perhaps he was too strict.
What do you expect from a Bible thumper? Man punishes and God forgives. It never occurs to them that if man didn't punish, God wouldn't have to forgive.
Well, maybe I wouldn't hold it against him. He really tried to make sure she was well taken care of. He wanted to find her a husband, too.
And did you learn who he found?
No. I think it fell apart when Yarka started rebelling. Yarka started working for the von Groller family, where she remained until her death.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble, but they said she was always thorough and reliable.
Ah, so what's the story with von Grolls?
A very wealthy and important family. The mother is quite devout, known to spend a lot of time in prayer. Old von Groller's been sick for years. Can't even get out of bed.
So, who runs affairs?
That would be young Hendel. They say he's quite successful.
Before her death, I heard she often went to dances.
There's nothing wrong or surprising about that. But maybe she found someone there.
Maybe. Prokop was convinced that she went to see William. That was actually the only name he mentioned.
That doesn't mean anything.
It means she had some relationship with William, or at least knew him.
And now, most importantly, Yarka was pregnant when they killed her.
I didn't know that. Do you know for sure? So they gutted her.
To make it impossible to tell she was pregnant? I wouldn't be surprised.
May God forgive us.
I didn't think about that.
Do you know who she was pregnant with? Because if we know who the father is, we'll likely know who the killer is.
She didn't tell Prokop.
It had to be someone from those dances. Maybe William.
Prokop. Yeah, I think he did maybe think it was William, but I don't.
Prokop is convinced that she was murdered by that
Or
bard,
Henry doesn't.
William.
And I agree with him. I heard the daughters of important men come to see him. It even went so far he had to flee the city. And the moment he's back, there's another murder.
Really? But I found out you accused Prokop first, Lumir.
What? Why?
It doesn't matter. It was a mistake. And I paid for it.
And were you as sure then as you are now about William?
I don't think so. But he's a skirt chaser. If he got Yarka pregnant, then...
Perhaps. But why would he kill and mutilate her? He could have just run away.
But then he could never come back.
Why not? He could come back a year later once things have died down, the child would be born, the shame forgotten, and nobody would bring it up again.
I suppose that makes sense. That's all I was able to find out.
You still found out more than I did.
But it's not enough. We still don't know who the killer is.
But we can agree that she was killed because of her pregnancy, can't we?
Agreed.
Yeah, I think so too.
Somebody got rid of her to make sure nobody found out she was pregnant.
I'm sure William wanted...
William isn't the only man with a prick. And he certainly didn't use it to strangle her to death.
Such language. What are you trying to say?
That William isn't the only man in the
That
city.
William isn't the only man in the city. It could have been anyone. And now we'll never find out.
I'm not saying
What about the
it couldn't
ring?
have been him. Though I don't think it was. It just seems foolish to only focus on him.
I suppose you're right. Let's forget it.
Yeah, and what about the ring? Okay. Let's talk about Stanya next.
I managed to find Stanya.
Alive? You found her alive?
I did. Alive and well. Hiding with the charcoal burners.
So she's not one of our victims?
She is. She just managed to escape the killer. She said she was attacked on her way home from the baths. She heard somebody talking in a side street, but it was empty. But when she walked by, someone grabbed her by the throat and started strangling her.
And how did she manage to get away?
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she smashed the killer in the face with it. He either got startled or hurt, but he let her go.
Did she get a look at him? Did she take his eye out or something?
No, she didn't stop to find out. Just ran. Which is probably why she survived.
And what about the blood in the bedroom?
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. She didn't stay in her room for long. She was still so scared that she grabbed her things and ran off to her beloved charcoal burner. She said she returned from the baths in the evening regularly, and somebody knew exactly which way she would take and where to wait for her.
You mean someone followed her beforehand to figure out where to ambush her?
Who knew that she went to the baths?
Apparently everyone in the tavern. She didn't hide the fact. She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. He may be a pig, but the evening she ran home, he was in bed snoring. Well, according to Stanya, the murderer had a terribly strong grip. Her neck was bruised for almost a month.
Doesn't almost every man have a strong grip?
Depending on what they take in hand every day. A tankard, a quill, or a hammer.
Except none of our suspects are miners or blacksmiths, eh? According to Stanya, the murderer didn't say a word the entire time.
That's strange, right? I'd expect him to at least call her a whore.
The only word he uttered was when she smashed him in the face with the pitcher. He said Scheisse.
So, we're looking for a German?
Even I say Scheiße sometimes, and I'm not German.
Besides that, she also recalled hearing two voices in the alley. Someone was talking to the killer.
So we have a witness. Now, just to find him.
Or an accomplice. If I remember correctly, the other one must have seen the whole thing, right? And he didn't go to report it.
I think it was an accomplice.
I asked Stanya if she knew Prokop. She said no.
Maybe she just doesn't remember him. Or he gave a different name, or...
I don't think Father Prokop is the type to frequent the worst tavern in Kuttenberg.
Yeah, probably not.
Stanya admitted that she knows William. He flirted with her and tried to get to know her better, but nothing came of it.
And that's probably why I wanted to kill her. And likely rape her before that.
Well, perhaps, but Stanya doesn't think so. She's sure it wasn't William, and no matter what they say about him, in her eyes he's a good lad. And that's all that Stanya told me.
I'm so glad that girl is alive.
Me too. At least someone's had a little luck. Does she want to come back, or will she stay with the charcoal burners?
I don't think she'll come back. She's so scared now they'll come back for her, she doesn't even leave the house. I managed to find Zdena.
You found her? Is she alive too?
No. Unfortunately, she's dead.
And where did you find her?
Pretty far away. Near the mill she used to sell things at. Someone caught her in the forest when she was coming home with a load of coin and killed her. I reckon she put up a hell of a fight. So the killer got nervous and ended things quickly.
So he didn't strangle or mutilate her?
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time, so I couldn't really tell. But he definitely didn't hack her up like the others. Judging by what her accomplice said, she robbed someone good. She had so much jewelry on her, she could hardly carry it. And what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket of valuables behind.
So I reckon he didn't kill her for the money.
She said someone followed her on horseback from Kuttenberg. She tried to lose him, but apparently wasn't able to.
On horseback? I don't suppose she described him, did she?
Only as a wealthy type who never got too close.
That doesn't fit in with the previous murders.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't, actually. So whoever killed Stena, probably it could have been for revenge. Of course, he didn't take the loot though, so I don't know. That one's a little weird.
Father Prokop came looking for Zdena and nearly cursed her on the spot.
What did he have in common with a thief?
He had also looked after her, but unlike Yarka, she ended up on the street, and he took it badly. Zdena tried to rob young von Grolle. It's possible she succeeded.
Von Grolle? Yarka worked for them, didn't she?
That whole family is suspicious.
Yep, I'm starting to get
Assumptions.
suspicious.
Nothing more.
I'd say it's pretty obvious. Why else would I have found that ring on her?
They just left the ring by her body. That's odd, isn't it?
It wasn't by her body. It was inside of it. I don't know if she swallowed it herself or someone shoved it in her.
That's awful. But I can't say it surprises me.
My mouth is starting to hurt from all this blabbering.
So are my ears and head.
Come now, we're nearly there. We just need to find our suspect. So, Henry, who do you think did it?
Okay, here's the thing that doesn't quite make sense to me. Henry, I mean, he has to have looked at that ring, and why isn't he like pulling the ring out and asking Lumiere, do you recognize, the sigil or whatever? That just seems weird to me, but I think it's this young von Groll guy with his bodyguard henchman, and the bodyguard henchman dude who one of the people we interviewed said was a stocky fellow or a chunky fellow or something. I think it's them. So that's what I suspect.
I suspect one of the von Grollers.
What leads you to think that?
Are you sure it wasn't William?
Yeah, let's go through all of these.
Yarka was their maidservant until she started rebelling, right?
Yes. Do you think she was rebelling because of someone in particular?
Perhaps the young lord?
That's possible.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor, and young von Grolle fits both descriptions.
True.
We could be getting somewhere.
Yarka was pregnant, and if the father was young von Grolle, it would make sense if he got rid of her.
Sakura, you're right.
But William could have fucked her too. Just saying.
This guy's got a hard on for William.
Zdenna was followed by someone on a horse. Von Groller could afford a horse.
That's not so sure, is it? And maybe the horse was stolen or borrowed.
But it certainly worsens the case for him. That much is true.
Zdenna robbed Von Groller.
That's true.
It's all coming together, isn't it?
And that's all I can pin on him.
So, do we agree that it was young Von Groll?
Well, old Von Groller can't do much now, can he?
So do we really agree that our most likely suspect is young Von Groller?
Aye. I agree.
I don't have a problem with it. Little rich boys are capable of anything. But what are we gonna do about it? Our suspicions aren't enough.
They'll just laugh at us without something more tangible.
The ring, hello.
So, you want to search their house?
There's nothing else we can do. There must be a clever way to do it.
We have to find some evidence. None of our conjecture is enough. What will we do?
You could sneak in there.
Or break in?
Catherine, that's not necessary. The young lad wants to learn swordsmanship, and the old one is sick and always calling for a physician.
So I can either pretend to be a sawbones, or a swordsman, or break in? That's a lot of options.
You're a clever lad. You'll figure it out.
Okay. Wow, this is pretty fun, man. I really enjoy this. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, so let's take a look at what this says. Examine young Von Grolla's room and infiltrate the house. Me, Catherine, and Lumiere agreed that young Von Grolla is the most suspicious, but suspicion isn't enough. We need proof. We need to get into his house and examine his things, but how to get inside? It's not all that easy getting into the Von Grolla house. It's a reclusive family. I need a good reason for them to let me in. Apparently, the son is trying to learn sword fighting, and the father is chronically ill and needs a healer. Okay. So this place is right over here. And I would say, I mean, Henry could do either one of those things. You know, he's very good at sword fighting, and he's also he's a pretty good alchemist for healing stuff. So, or we just sneak in.
Gossiping about it won't do anyone any good.
You think I'll blurt it out to the first person I meet?
No, I just want to be sure nobody finds out. You never know.
Well, see you later. Have a good day.
Anyway, take care.
The hell are you
I
doing?
apologize.
Since the two of you had that quarrel,
Okay, whatever.
back on the whole family.
These people are weird.
tried to make peace with her, but she
So yeah, basically the three options are for somebody who is a soldier character, or a scholarly character, or a sneaky thiefy character. And Henry's capable of all those things. However, sneaky thiefy is my weakest of those three. So I think we go in as a sword master to teach young Von Grolla how to sword fight. That seems to make the most sense to me. And it looks like we just go right down the street here.
What is it you
Let's
want
do
from
that.
her anyway? If it's money, then how bad is it?
Easy, good horse.
Come and take a look. Quality good.
Iron Hand Servant Thaddeus.
Can I help you?
Is this the house of the Von Groller family?
Yes?
I've come on account of old Von Groller. I hear he's seriously ill, so I came to offer my services as a healer.
You aren't the first. Why do you think you might succeed?
Wait a minute. It didn't give me the option. It just... I thought it was going to be the sword fighter. Okay, I most definitely understand potions.
I understand potions and how to prepare them. I'm certain I can find something that'll help your master.
Just as long as you don't poison him.
Even poisons are used in healing. The trick is to use the right amount.
Aye, I know. My apologies. You evidently know your trade well. Come inside. But before you begin your healing, speak to the mistress of the house. She can certainly tell you more about what ails the master. Take care, friend.
You know what I think just happened here? I think the game chose the doctor route for me because I'm maxed out in alchemy and I'm not maxed out in swords. See, I'm 30 in alchemy and I'm only 24 in swords. So yeah, that's probably what happened. That's fine. I mean, either way, we can make it work. And if that's the case, though, if we're going to be posing as a doctor, whoops, we should probably wear this outfit here. Okay, so we need to talk to the woman of the house, Mandalina. Right. Okay. Is this...
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
Yeah, that's the guy right there that we suspect. And it's really dark in here. Let's get our torch out. You used a perk pacifist? What does that do again? I've got so many perks, I don't even remember what they all do. As long as you don't kill anyone, your non-combat skills will be increased by 2 and your speech by 3. If you kill someone, you lose the bonus, but you can regain it if you don't kill anyone for 12 game hours. Okay. Let's look at this again. Examine young, infiltrate the house, treat. Okay, so it doesn't tell me exactly where this Madalena is. We need to get into the dude's room, though. Okay, what's in here? This goes down into a basement. There's a smithy? What? Oh, it's up above. There's like a bazillion smithies in this place. Interesting. A way out. Okay. That could be... Well, I think actually that's probably just one of the entrances to the underground area. What's this? Alright, another entrance to the underground. Looks that way. Alright, so there doesn't appear to be anything down here. Let's go into here. It just goes to the next house over. Do we need to wash up? I don't know. Let's do it. I did kill a bandit on the way over here, by the way. But it wasn't anything extraordinary. Housewife. Yeah, let's go in here. Oh, wait. No, we already went in there, right? Okay. These are almost like townhomes in terms of, you know, their layout and size and whatnot. Okay, wait. If we go back into here... All right, there's another area going in here. Okay, there's not really much in here.
I'm at your service, sir.
Just get the hell out of the way, please. Do I need to eat? Yeah, let's steal some of their food. No, I don't want to poison the food. Okay, there's Madalena. Let's talk to her.
I've come to treat your husband, ma'am.
Is that so? So Thaddeus has checked you out? Fine, then. Perhaps God will finally have mercy on Gotslin. You'll find him on the floor above, in the bedchamber to the left of the stairs. But I suppose you'll first want to learn a bit more about his illness?
Tell me all you know.
It's been a long time since Gotslin fell ill. At first, he just lost his strength and tired easily. Nobody thought it might be an illness yet. Not until the trembling came.
What trembling? Like with chills?
Not at all. At first, his hands started shaking. But over time, the shaking got worse. And he got it in his legs. And the stronger it was, the weaker my husband got. Nowadays, he can't even get out of bed. He can't talk properly either. So he spends most of his time alone. If he'd at least ask God for mercy. But that sinner is not even capable of that.
So I wonder if he's being poisoned.
How long has he been ill, exactly?
It must be years now that he's been this bad. But his hands started to shake earlier than that. God only knows if it isn't from all that endless drinking of his.
Okay, maybe not.
You say he drank? Did he drink a lot?
Uncontrollably. But if only that was all.
What else? Did he eat too much meat?
Yes. Yes, a lot of meat.
But that's not all, is it?
That's none of your business. You came to treat him, not to hear his confession.
If I'm to treat him, then I have to know everything.
Fine, then. But if I ever hear that you told anyone, I'll have you clapped in the stocks and have your tongue pulled out. My husband's a heathen and an unbeliever who fornicated with every other maid and wench. He even stooped to those fallen women in the baths. Men are prone to that. I know all about that. Like father, like son. And I won't permit this demon seed to take my son too.
Might be too late for
I'll
that.
cure your husband.
I don't know. In my opinion, you'll be wasting your effort with Gotslin. He's beyond help. It's natural and just that God punished him. But not even the greatest sinner deserves to suffer so long. So I hope you'll at least be able to relieve his pain.
What else is bothering him, besides the trembling?
I don't really like talking about it, but he can't defecate properly.
And how is his stool when he does defecate?
Check it yourself. You're the physician here.
What does he get to eat now? If he's constipated, that might have something to do with it.
The cook prepares his meals. You can ask her.
Do you have any idea what caused his illness?
Am I a physician? Find out yourself.
Well, you might have some idea. Was he injured in the past? Did he lead an unhealthy life? You'll know more about these things than me.
I don't know about any old injuries, but Gotslin never lived in moderation. He drank a lot, and he burdened his soul in other ways as well.
All right, maybe his liver's failing.
I'll go and take a look at him.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
Oh.
You aren't allowed here.
Sorry. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to go that way. Can I come in here? Yeah. Oh. I thought she said he was upstairs. Okay, hold on a sec. No, she's doing her thing. Oh, fuck. Now she's got to come along. So this is this the cook? Yeah, let's talk to her.
I came to heal your master, and I'd like to know what you cooked for him.
But of course, sir. Mostly light meat, poultry and fish, and then lots of vegetables. One Sawbones already told us what the old gent should eat, but he don't eat much anyways, so it don't make no sense. He told us to give him some wine sparingly, but my mistress banned it.
Which physician treated him? Do you recall?
Some gent called Albeek from Moravia, I heard. He came, looked at the master, and then just told us what to cook for him.
And why doesn't he eat?
How should I know? He don't say a word as the day is long. He used to be very fond of chasing women and boozing, true, but at least he was always merry. Now he's just a grouch. I ain't surprised he don't like his food.
Why did she forbid him to drink?
Master used to drink a lot, and mistress weren't too pleased about it. She says drinking is a sin, and the devil's lure.
Thanks. That'll do me.
Farewell, sir.
Alright, let's wait for her to clear out. Close that door. Okay, so this is the son's room, I think. Okay, there's nothing in there that we care about. It's a medium lockpick chest. Can't do anything with any of that. Tub here. That's a hard lockpick. I mean, I don't know. Is this the son's room? I think it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to here. So what we want to do is we want to take some quick finger potion. Okay, let's go ahead and lockpick this. We are right here. All right, there's female clothes in here. That's a little weird if this is his room. But none of that really tells us a whole lot. All right, let's try this chest. This is a hard lock. It's an axe, a hood, a tunic, a colorful headscarf, trophies from victims, a jackpot.
What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
All right, well, fuck that guy then. We're going to steal all of his other stuff too. Okay. Is there anything in here worth stealing? Yeah, those are worth stealing. That's worth stealing. And we can use this for blacksmithing, so yeah, we'll just steal all of it. It is weird that he has ladies' clothes in here too, but I think we already know the deal here, don't we? Sunshine, schnapps. We'll take the Groschen, of course. And, yeah, I don't need the soap. Okay.
Who's that creeping around?
Uh,
What are you doing here? You aren't allowed here. You'll pay me compensation for this.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll call the guards.
Okay, I'll pay. Reply Q, make a deal.
Right. Let's sort this out.
What are you loitering around here for, you vagabond? Do you want me to report you for breaking and entering?
You can forgive me, right?
I sincerely apologize to you. I didn't behave properly, and I swear that I'll confess to it in the church.
Very well, then. I'll be sure to remind you as soon as I need something. Let's go. Go away.
Wait, you don't want me to talk to your husband to see if I can fix him up?
Let's go. Go away.
She probably... No, shit, I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, that guy... He's on his own.
Let's go.
It doesn't sound like he was worth a shit anyway. Okay, yep, I'm leaving.
At your service.
I never want to see you here.
Okay, let's go back and talk to Lumiere.
Easy. I need to discuss that visit to the Von Grollers.
Excellent. Let's find Catherine. You can tell us everything.
I think we were right. Something seriously fishy there.
Well, don't keep us in suspense. What did you find out?
You found something there, didn't you? Evidence?
I certainly did. In the young lord's room.
What was it?
This. He had it in a chest in his room. Locks of hair. All brown, but all a bit different. They're definitely from those murdered girls.
Hair? But that's not enough. That definitely won't suffice as proof.
Why wouldn't it? He took them as a keepsake from the dead girls, as a trophy. It was him.
But nobody will believe us. We need more than just hair. A bloody dress or the murder weapon.
And to be honest, I don't think we're going to find anything like that. They're pretty careful to cover their tracks.
Damn it. We're fucked. If we at least had a witness.
And what about 3 witnesses at once?
Where are you going to find 3 witnesses when you don't even have one?
I don't yet, but... Look, we're almost certain young Hendel did it. So what if we set a trap and catch him in the act?
And how do you want to do that? I mean, we don't know who he's planning to murder next.
We'll set someone up. Some brunette.
Yeah, I wonder who.
You want to sacrifice some poor girl?
No, nobody's going to get hurt. We'll be keeping our eye on her the whole time.
The only one I can think of is Stanya. And I highly doubt that she'd want to risk her life again.
She won't have to. I'll do it.
I knew that was
But
going
you
to
haven't
happen.
had anything to do with him. He'll see through it immediately. It'll fail.
We'll wait until the lad's out of the house. Maybe we'll dress Catherine up a bit, and she'll go asking for the young lord, father of her child. When Hendel comes home and hears what happened, he'll come looking for her to fix things up.
I'll cause such a scene. They'll be talking about it for years.
This is going to be
Then
good.
we'll tell them where he can find me. And we've got him.
If you say so. But where can we do it? We can't do it here. They'd figure it out pretty quick.
We can use one of the rooms here in the tavern. It has only one way out. You'll be hiding across the way and jump out at the right moment. I repeat, at the right moment.
Don't worry, we won't take our eyes off you.
This is funny, man. I love it.
I need to talk to him! Do you hear me? I have to talk to him about our wedding. I won't be left alone with his child.
What are you screeching about, you ninny? There's no Hendel here. Certainly not for the likes of you.
Do you hear that, folks? He fucks me from all sides. Gets me with child, and now he doesn't want to know me. Get rid of her. Disgrace. Oh, so a poor woman has to suffer because of a man's lust. if it wasn't already bad enough before.
What lies are you spouting, you strumpet? Goodman Handel never laid eyes on you. Besides, you're too old for him. Nobody will believe your lies.
Old am I? He came to me himself because he wanted a mature woman to breed with. And he never even pulled it out. And he filled me up like a wineskin.
Oh my God.
Suit
Awesome.
yourself.
Catherine's my
I'll
favorite.
give you some time to think it over. But either you come up with an offer of marriage by evening, or first thing in the morning I'll go to the bailiff. And I'll be damn sure to get justice from him.
That was awesome. Catherine's awesome.
It's open.
I've come to talk with you.
Where's Handel?
Handel, you wanton whore! Debauching my son! A nanny goat like you! The others were at least young, but you! Oh, Christ, the trials I have to endure! A husband with both feet in the grave and a son who'll fuck anything with a hole in it. Slice her up so no one will recognize her, and in case what she says is true, gut her too.
Gutting, is it? I could help you with that.
Get that bitch, you fool!
Wow, so the mother was in on it. Interesting. Oh, stop the murder. What? Where do they go? God damn it. This way. That door doesn't open. I can't. Okay, hold on. I can't even see what the fuck's going on. I wasn't expecting this. Let's do a Nighthawk so we can see. Okay, stop the murder. Where did they go? This way. It won't let me open that door. I'm confused. How am I supposed to stop the murderer when I can't open the door? This has got to be bugged. Oh, come on, game. Really? Oh, okay, he just came back. Okay, what the fuck, man? Okay, hold on. Do I not have my... There we go. He came back into the room.
Ha! And you'll get another right away.
Oh, this guy's a good sword fighter. Okay. What are you doing? Talk.
Before I finish you off, I have to ask, why the fuck did you kill them?
I'll tell you, but you aren't going to like it.
I'm listening.
Because it's the right thing to do.
What's right about murder?
All those whores had it coming.
Okay,
You know that's not true. Stan, you hardly knew Hendel, and you still tried to kill her. How many of the others had the same story?
Rubbish. I saw it with my own 2 eyes, and not just me. He might have met the alehouse wench by chance, but they were intimate together. The mistress was convinced they were meeting in the evenings.
Well, she might have been convinced, but that doesn't mean she was right. That girl had a sweetheart.
That's even worse. He surely wasn't a rich and important person like Master Hendel, and she would even cheat on our master with him? Disgusting.
Confess, then. How many of them did you kill altogether?
Not enough! There's always more who deserve it. They climb out of their holes like rats and infect respectable families. Just like that companion of yours. She certainly sins as much as she breeds, the lured whore.
Oh, you're completely mad. My God.
Don't take the Lord's name in vain. It's a deadly sin.
Then I suppose we'll be meeting in hell one day. It was all Mandalina's idea, wasn't it? She wanted them killed.
And can you blame her? That first harlot was already itching to become Mistress von Groller. That bastard of hers wasn't Hendel's anyway, but he was stupid that time. He'd have believed her. Now he knows very well, luckily, that they're all whores. He doesn't cry for them anymore.
And Mandalina just came to you like that, out of the blue. And you immediately obeyed her.
Well, one time she came to my chambers and she told me she knew very well that Yaka rejected me and that she'd started an affair with Master Hendel, while she was also spreading her legs for others in the evenings, and that she had to be punished before she brought misfortune on someone. And...
Go on. I'm listening.
That she deserved to die for all her sins, and she was right.
Wow. I'm like, that weird thing where I was stuck in the room completely threw me off, but I guess the guy was planning on coming back to get me and it didn't work. So I mean, okay, let's think about this. If we hand him over to the law and they believe us, because we do have 3 witnesses, and I do have the hair. They're going to take him out. There's not going to be like any appeal process. If I kill him, then I kill him. Is there any we have to remember too, this is back in the Middle Ages, right? It's not like today, this day and age, where there's always a possibility he could get off, So let's let the law do it.
Don't worry. I'm not going to kill you. I'll hand you over to the city law.
I'm not worried. I'll have you know. My conscience is clear.
I don't give a fuck about your conscience as long as you hang.
Anyways. The bailiff should thank me for cleansing his city of them.
Shut your mouth already. Don't make me regret my decision.
Go to Catherine? Okay, wait a minute. To carry on our investigation, we need Catherine, who's now out of town. What? Why the hell is she out of town? I have to go and get her and bring her to Lumire's. This also. We expected young von Groll to fall into our trap. Instead, it turned out to be his mother and her servant. Even though we were mistaken, we managed in the end to make sure they won't be killing anybody else. What? Okay, what the fuck does it mean by Catherine's out of town? Where the hell does she go? This quest seems a little, I don't know, it seems like it's a little buggy. It just doesn't make sense. And I don't even see a P on the map at all. And how is it that I'm delivering him to the bailiff? Yeah, this is just, I don't know, it just seems really weird. Like something's not quite working the way it's supposed to. Thing is, too, is, I mean, if I walk out of here, he could just escape. I don't get it. It's all fucked up. All right, well, let's start first of all by healing. We need to heal. I didn't have my armor on, first of all. I mean, we're in our, our diplomatic outfit, so that's part of it. The reality of the situation is if I just walk out of the room and go look for Catherine, he's going to run off and be free again. But I suspect this quest is not quite working right the way that it's supposed to. Because, I mean, going to Catherine doesn't work because there's no... Oh, wait a minute. There is a P. Well, why does it say she's out of town? She's right here in the in the tavern, which is what I would expect her to be. Something is weird, man. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that we're taking this...
So you have a weapon. Big deal.
What? That we're going to take him to the bailiff.
You're not going to hurt me, are you? You were starting to scare me.
All right, let's do this. Let's just, for role-playing purposes, let's pretend like we locked the door so he can't get out. This is so fucked up, man. Okay, let's put this away.
And it'll save a lot of trouble.
Oh.
Catherine, wait.
What should I wait for? I'm gonna cut that bitch's throat.
How dare you? Hands off, you heretical scum.
Shut up.
Okay.
Let her speak. I still don't understand what actually went on here. I have some questions for you.
I'll tell you nothing, you serpent. Nothing. You can't keep me here. Let me go. I'm a woman of worth.
If you won't speak now, then the executioner will loosen your tongue when your feet start burning. But why wait, right? I'll cut your ear off. Maybe both of them. All you need to talk is a tongue.
No! Let me go!
Why did you do it, for Christ's sake?
Don't blaspheme, you heathen.
Come on, answer him or it's gonna hurt.
My husband, he drank a lot, ran around with whores and didn't pray enough. And God punished him for it. I couldn't allow the same thing to happen to Hendel.
And why kill those girls? Why not just talk to him about it?
I tried, but he wouldn't listen to me. He told me he wanted to sow his wild oats before finding a wife.
So your own son didn't listen to you? And you started killing the girls
who seduced him and emboldened him with their brazenness? If they wanted to whore themselves out, they'll pay for it in hell. But there's no way they were going to drag my Hendel there with them.
And what about Hendel? Did he know what you were doing?
That I was taking care of his immortal soul and eliminating his temptation? Of course not. But one day he'll be grateful to me for it.
He's going to jump for joy. His mother a mad woman, and his servant a murderer.
Speak politely to me, you whore.
Henry, if you have any more questions, you'd better ask them quickly. I'm sorely tempted to finish this here and now.
And what about the hair in Hendel's chest? You're trying to tell me he wasn't involved, but he was keeping their hair?
Well, he kept asking about those whores of his. So we always brought him a lock of hair. We told him it was from them, as a parting gift.
Didn't find that strange?
Out of sight, out of mind. He always found some new harlot anyway.
Interesting.
There was no blood where Alice was found. Where did you kill them?
That was up to Thaddeus. He told me something about an abandoned barn. I only told him to cut them up thoroughly.
Why?
Why? As a warning. So those whores knew what awaited them. To put the fear of God in them.
Do you realize you also killed girls who had nothing to do with Hendel?
That's not possible. I saw them all with my own 2 eyes, chatting with him and giggling.
And what about that alehouse wench?
That strumpet. I saw how she treated him. It's a damned shame she got away.
But she really had nothing to do with Hendel.
She wouldn't have smiled at him the way she did if she didn't want to fornicate with him. They all deserved it. Every single one. And better sooner than later. That trollop in our service even got herself with child. And she wanted to keep it. The slut.
And what about Zdenna? All she did was rob him, and you killed her anyway.
She fawned over him like all the others. He even gave her a ring, which she probably sold immediately. She deserved it. She was a thief, and stealing is a mortal sin.
I'd better stop asking questions.
Burn in hell, all of you.
What'll we do with her now?
Let's take her to the bailiff. She'll get justice there.
We don't have to go anywhere. I'll give her justice right here, right now.
But we can't do that. She has to go before the court. The law must be upheld.
Did you hear her? I mean, she hasn't got her head on straight. And what judgment will there be? She's from a wealthy family. Nothing will happen to her.
Don't you dare judge me. Only God can do that.
Shut your mouth, you sow. You judged and punished some random girls, and now you'll blaspheme like that?
Our Lord directed me. I did it through His will.
Do you hear that? And you want to let her live?
But that's not justice. It's murder. Henry, won't you say something?
I told you, don't you dare judge me. I am a servant of God.
Jesus Christ. Okay, wow. I'm glad they're not timing me on this. Okay, let's think this through. If we kill her, and she deserves to be killed, there's no question about that. Lumiere could report us, and we could get in trouble with the law. If we turn her over to the law, they might side with her because she's a woman from a family of, you know, with a good reputation, right? Noble family. Oh, I don't know if they're noble, but they're wealthy. So there's a chance she could get away. Oh, Jesus. I don't know, man. I think, okay, so we've got hair, not that they could do forensics back in those days. If we could figure out the barn that, they took the girls to kill them, that could be evidence. This is a hard decision, man. If the executioner kills her, I'm good. I just think that if we kill her now, that's probably not going to go well for us. So I'm going to go with this. God, I hope it's the right answer.
Put away that knife, Catherine. We'll hand her over to the law.
Don't tell me you'd let her get away with it.
She's not going to get away with anything. She killed so many people. If she's lucky, they'll just hang her. If not, she'll be buried alive.
That's right. We caught her in the act, and she's confessed to us.
Yeah, we have 3 witnesses, too.
They can't just let her go.
Of course they can. It's I scratch your back, you scratch mine. You'll see that all these rich burgher and lords have their own justice.
That won't happen. I guarantee you she...
You can't guarantee a thing. You're not the bailiff, and you won't be judging her.
She's right, though. We can't just let her out into the streets. She must be punished. And if not, then you can always go and pay her a visit, right? You know very well who she is.
All right then, you last of the righteous. Take that viper away, and may God protect you if they set her free.
Don't worry. I'll take her away.
Well, this was a lot stranger than I expected. Do you think we did the right thing?
I'm not sure of anything anymore. Not even myself. Can we just be quiet for a while?
Yeah, sure.
As you wish. But still, it was damned odd.
Aye, that it was. Let's go and see Lumia. I wonder how he fared.
Tell us, Lumir. How did it turn out?
Did it end well? Oh, we're not going to get into trouble now, are we?
It ended well, and I didn't even tell anyone about you.
I'm surprised it worked out. Both of them must have been lying through their teeth.
Well, if it came to it, I would have had to bring you both in as witnesses. But fortune smiled upon us.
They didn't admit to it, did they?
Sort of. The servant shouted that he was forced into it by Mandalina. And Mandalina completely lost her mind and started screaming that it was the right thing to do. And anyone in her place would have done the same.
My God!
Oh, if she had an ounce of sense, she would never have started murdering. What'll happen to them now?
Thaddeus will hang. No doubt about that. And Mandalina, right now she's locked up. We'll see what happens to her.
I knew it!
She'll be punished, and not hurt anyone else. That's enough for me.
And what will you do, Catherine? Will you stay here?
My work isn't done yet. I have to work in the tavern here, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll find work elsewhere.
And what will you do now? Will you go back to the town hall, Lumir?
It's true I've made amends in the eyes of the law, but I probably won't go back now. Maybe better to write something about it. Who knows?
Won't you go back to drinking?
No, it didn't help anything, did it? If I had just persevered instead, I should have pitied those girls, and not myself.
Don't fret. It was a terrible mess, and all three of us had to put our heads together.
Yes. You helped me when I was in need, and didn't even know it. Maybe I'll just keep helping as long as I can.
Helping others is the best thing a person can do in this world.
Okay, could it have gone better? I mean, let's ask the question.
Do you think we could have done better?
Everything can always be done better, but most important is to do it well and quickly.
Catherine is right. I'll still be kicking myself, maybe to my dying day. But none of us did anything bad.
That's not entirely true.
I'm talking about innocent people. No more girls died because of you. And that's good.
Well, let's go our separate ways.
Thank you, lad. You prevented future murders, and you also saved me. And for that, I will be eternally grateful.
I thank you both. Without you, the devil knows how it would have turned out.
Here you are, as a keepsake. And perhaps as a reward. And if you ever pass by, look us up.
Yes, here is a reward, Henry. And Lumir, we shall certainly meet again.
I got a Kuttenberg Knight Shield and 150 Groschen. Okay. All right. Well, that turned out pretty good, I guess, overall. I really think that the old lady should be hanging by a noose too, but
How come it's open?
he thinks I'm trespassing. Can we talk to Catherine again? How do you make people trust you so much? What? What's that got to do with the price of eggs in China?
I don't understand how you always get people to tell you anything you want.
We women have it in our blood.
What? Spying?
No, you rogue. Knowing how to listen. And also how to size people up.
It'd be good to learn a few tricks from you.
I can't now. Come back later.
I'd like to learn a few tricks from you.
I can't now. Come back later.
Okay. Maybe she teaches like speech or something like that. All right. Well, that is that. That was pretty fun overall. And I hadn't expected, you know, that the mother was the mastermind behind it all. I thought it was going to be the son. So that was very interesting. You know, how it turned out. And that was a lot of fun. I don't know. It seemed like it bugged out to me, but maybe it didn't. Maybe that was the way it was supposed to be. But, you know, you're stuck in the room. You can't open the door. And you're like going, what the fuck, you know? So, and then he comes back into the room to attack me. And then, of course, you know, you guys saw how it all went down. But I was just a little confused there for a while. So, well, I think this is a good stopping point. And so the plan for the next episode is to get back onto the main quests. We will go to this Ruthard Palace over here and see what happens and go from there. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, share out the video, and we'll catch y'all in the next episode. Bye-bye.